And then once the developer's fixed all the bugs, you have to set your launch date. This isn't something we really touched on, but just something to think about when you're doing your launch is, and even thinking about it from a marketing perspective, if you launch your gardening app in the middle of the winter, that's really not the best time to launch your app. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's awesome.
So you got to kind of be thinking strategically about your launch date too.
Don't
It's
launch
like
a Valentine's app during Thanksgiving.
yeah, exactly. So that's some of the things about it as far as But let's assume you are creating your gardening app and you're wrapping it up and you've got it set to launch in April or whatever, end of March, and so you've got your reporters you're reaching out to, and you're like, launch date is XYZ, here's your promo code, bam, bam, bam. The launch happens, and you're monitoring your sales, you're monitoring your downloads, or you're monitoring your ad revenue. You may also be running some ads, on a mobile ad network. That's a whole nother ball of wax, which you can read some posts on Tactics about that too. But from there, you're monitoring feedback. So you're going to start getting some feedback on iTunes about things that are awesome about your app and things that really suck. And so there's going to be about a month-long period where you're addressing some of the things that people are telling you, from iTunes and other places. Because there's just going to be some things that your beta people won't catch.
Yeah.
Or
how do you get these beta people? How do you get these reviewers and beta people involved? How do you find them?
Yeah, sure. Well, I found a bunch of people through Facebook, believe it or not, through friends and family first.
Oh, okay.
And then, it sounds, kind of just too easy, but, I had probably about 30 or 40 people at one time that were testing apps for me, that were just doing it because they liked testing apps. It wasn't because they loved finding coffee or they loved Y'all Mama jokes or whatever. If you can find people that are into that niche, like the gardening or the hiking people, maybe you're just hanging out in a forum on a hiking website that talks about places to go in Colorado, and you're like, hey, man, you know what, I got an app coming out. If anybody wants to be in the beta test group, you get a free copy of this thing, and so that might be a way to generate some activity as far as beta testers go, is like just digging into that niche and all people a free copy when it comes out.
That seems like an awesome way to build a launch. So you get tons of people downloading it for free just for testing it out, and then when it actually comes out, you just then make it paid. Hey, all these areas that you didn't get a lot of access to or weren't developed yet, it's now you're able to access it all and pay this amount.
Exactly.